Hey, what's up, everyone? How we doing? I have returned for another softball recap. It is the final homestand of the 2023 softball season with the University of Hawaii, and they were taking on UC Davis, and that was the last. And as I mentioned, that was the last homestand. This is the first game. This is Hawaii's last chance to get a 3-0 series, and fortunately, they took the first step in the right direction. They won the game. You've seen a graphic right here, 3-2, and that was a come from behind win. If I'll say that right now, that was certainly a come from behind win, and certainly a win that was a definite must in my book, anyway. So I'm very, very glad that they were able to pull off this win because that halted a 5-game skid for the University of Hawaii. And they have certainly gone through their problems. And obviously, a losing streak is never timely. And this one certainly wasn't. And of course, the University of Hawaii have been outscored by their opponents 23-3. And tonight, although it was only a one, although it was only a 1 point win, it was a must. And as I mentioned, they won 3-2. But hey, before I get to talking about tonight's game, hey, just remember, subscribe if you haven't. Helps the algorithm, helps me out. I got my channel monetized on March 10th. Um, and I'm making money. I know I got to make some changes to hopefully get the money come in, and hopefully I can still get out to the workforce. I have been attending the softball games for the past. This is now pretty much my first full conference season, even though I didn't really attend all the games, and they are open to the public. But anyway, you'll also see, you'll also see some of my B-roll that I took on my phone, and this was a must-win. And I'll tell you, I actually was pretty close to kind of leaving early because of how bad it looked, how grim it looked for the University of Hawaii. But they turned it around and came through with the win. So anyway, again, remember, subscribe if you haven't. Helps the algorithm, helps me out. I got my channel monetized on March 10th. And let's begin, shall we? Oh, okay. UC Davis. I was predicting that UH was going to get back on track, and they needed to after being swept at Cal State Fullerton 3-0. And tonight was a great step in the right direction. As I said earlier, they won the game 3-2. And it looked pretty bad for the University of Hawaii because UC Davis, they got on the board right away in the first inning, thanks to a run from I also have the story up. Let me make sure I get the name right. Anna Dethlefson with the double, and and then she ended up getting the first run of the game, as I said earlier. And UH came up empty in the first inning, and it took them quite a while to get things going. Their only noteworthy play, their league leading 19th double play, basically Kaʻena Keliinoi to Rachel Saberin to Mailea Bethia. And of course, I am looking at the story on Hawaii Athletics. And I will include a link to my own story that I wrote, even though I didn't get any quotes. But hey, I'm not part of the media, so I'm kind of freelancing, so to speak. But anyway, next season, I'm definitely going to make a point to be part of the media again because last season I was with Kaleo, so I had to get some quotes. So anyway, back to this game tonight.
All right.
I was really getting frustrated after that first inning where Davis got a run and UH never got anything until the sixth inning. And if that wasn't bad enough, UC Davis got another run in the fifth inning, and that was from Libbie McMahan from an RBI single from Bella Pahulu. And all of a sudden, Davis found them up to zip. But however, from that point on, it was all UH. And they knew how to answer the bell. And I'll tell you this, if they did not answer the bell in that sixth inning, I may not have stayed for the seventh inning. That's not going to lie, because the way that they played, they kind of looked a little sketchy at times and maybe a little out of sorts, but they came through when it really counted. And I'll tell you how that happened. They got back-to-back singles from Kaʻena Keliinoi and Xiao Jin. And just when you thought that, hey, maybe they have another chance to get a run, they pulled it off. And I say another chance because what happened in the fourth inning was a pair of strikeouts from UC Davis, and Bella Martinez had looped a double that fell between the third baseman, as HawaiiAthletics.com reports. Unfortunately, UC Davis responded with a couple of strikeouts, essentially preventing UH from getting a run. But you're also another thing that also did happen, and you're looking at it right now, Kaʻena Keliinoi was able to steal second. And I thought that was very noteworthy. And that was actually a pretty easy steal, too.
All right. Stole second.
Not going to lie. But anyway, back to the sixth inning. Kaylee Johnson had belted this double that turned out to be an RBI because it was enough for Keliinoi and Jin to come running home and essentially tie things up at 2-2.
Yeah! Go, go, go! Go, go, yeah! All right!
And I'll tell you this, that was a big step forward. And UH, they were entitled to some justice because if you recall in my recap for the first game against UC Riverside, University of Hawaii was up 6-0 at one point, and then they got outscored 9-1 in the final two innings and were stunned by Riverside 9-7. But this time, we outscored UC Davis 3-1 in the last two innings. And how did that last run come? It was a very wild sequence. And unfortunately, I didn't get it all quite on tape, quite on video with my phone. But I did get the main thing, which was that third run. And who was the girl to save the day? It was none other than senior Sarah Bartolotti. And I'll tell you how this happened. What happened was Bartolotti got to second off of a fielding error, and then Xiao Jin belted a single. And what happened after that was that wild sequence. The third baseman happened to miss the catch for UC Davis. And what happened was once the ball came in, it was a supposed throwing error. And as a result, Bartolotti was able to come running home and not have to slide home. And she was able to get the win for the University of Hawaii 3-2. And as soon as I saw the umpire just make the safe motion, it was over. And that was a big win for the University of Hawaii. So because of that, I'm definitely going to give them an A- for this game. I might have said but you know what? I like to think they could have gotten on the board earlier. But I do think that they made a miscue or two that prevented them from doing so. It's hard to tell, really, because, I look at I'm not that well versed on softball like how I am with the UH men's basketball team, because I've been following them for over 20 years. Or yeah, I've been following them and attending the basketball games for over 20 years myself. 26 to be exact. I'm closing in on 30. So anyway, I would definitely give them an A minus, basically because they were able to respond. And if they were shut out, I may have probably given them a C. That's the thing. Because, it's no secret that the University of Hawaii has had their problems in the past 5 games. But tonight, it almost looked that way. But fortunately, University of Hawaii managed to hit their marks, and they came through with 3 key runs to be able to come home the winners. And of course, this is their last chance to get a 3-0 series. But at this point in the conference season, I don't think that a 3-0 series is going to help them, considering that they dropped 5 in a row. That's the thing. So obviously, I'm very, very pleased that they were able to come through the winners tonight. Although, of course, you always think that they could play better. And winning with only 3 runs, it doesn't sound like a lot. But one thing's for sure, it is a tough series. And the Big West is certainly certainly no team to take. There's certainly no team in the Big West to take lightly. So obviously, they had to play strong, which they did. They came through, and right now they've taken the first step to a 3-0 series. So obviously tomorrow, Friday night, will be senior night. And of course, the 4 seniors that UH will be saying aloha to, you've already heard one of them, and that's Sarah Bartolotti. The other 3 are Amanda Ajari, Princess Matavao, and Rachel Saberin. So I would like to see them end this final homestand with a 3-0 sweep. At this point, it's just for pride. You know why? Because that 5-game skid that they were under certainly put the writing on the wall, and I don't see them getting a top 3 after the season is over. But hey, it is what it is. I mean, like I said, the Big West, they got teams that you can't take lightly. If you do take them lightly, they'll come through and steal one away from you. Just like what happened at UC Riverside. Am I saying they took Riverside lightly? No, absolutely not. It was just how it goes. So anyway, guys, that's all for today, and I'll see you guys for that final recap of the doubleheader. It starts at 4:00 and 6:00, and I certainly hope that UH can end the season on a high and at least get 4th place overall. So for now, Malama Pono, everyone.
Yeah! Go, go, go! Go, go, yeah!